In the early 70s, computers were massive, expensive, and only for the elite. But Bill Gates saw something no one else did: a world where computers were for everyone. So, in a small garage, with a team of passionate rebels, he set out to build something that would change the world. Hello, I'm Alex, and I'm on a mission to uncover the incredible stories of tech titans who shaped our digital world. And one of those stories belongs to Bill Gates, the mastermind behind Microsoft. Now, as someone who spent more hours than I'd like to admit tinkering with computers and coding, I think I'm qualified to talk about this. So buckle up as we dive into the fascinating journey of how a college dropout turned a garage startup into a global tech empire. You know, when I first started learning about the history of personal computing, the one thing that always amazed me was how Bill Gates saw the future, when everyone else was still trying to figure out the present. I mean, have you ever tried explaining to your grandparents how to use a smartphone? Now imagine trying to convince the world in the 1970s that computers would be in every home. Not an easy task, right? So let's talk about this visionary named Bill Gates. He's the guy who looked at those room-sized computers and thought, hey, what if we could shrink these down and put them on everyone's desk? It's like looking at a massive 18-wheeler truck and imagining a bicycle. How did he do it? Well, that's what we're here to find out. Now, picture this: a small garage in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's 1975, and while most people are grooving to disco music, young Bill Gates and his friend Paul Allen are hunched over a computer, coding away. This wasn't some high-tech lab with fancy equipment. No, this was a garage startup in its purest form. It's like they were cooking up a digital revolution in a makeshift kitchen. Gates and Allen weren't just tech geeks, but they were visionaries. They saw what others didn't: that personal computers weren't just toys for scientists or tools for big corporations. They believed computers could be for everyone, from the office worker to the stay-at-home mom. It's like they were the first to realize that bicycles could be for everyone, not just for professional cyclists. But how do you go from a garage to global domination? Well, it starts with a big break, and for Microsoft, that break was MS-DOS. Now, I know what you're thinking, Alex. What in the world is MS-DOS? Well, let me tell you, it's not a new type of snack food. MS-DOS was the operating system that put Microsoft on the map. Here's the kicker: Gates didn't actually create MS-DOS. He bought it from another company for $75,000. But what he did next was pure genius. He turned around and licensed it to IBM, the biggest computer company at the time. It's like buying a magic wand and then convincing the world's biggest magician to use it in all their shows. Suddenly, Microsoft wasn't just a tiny startup. It was partnering with the giants of the industry. But Gates didn't stop there. Oh no, he was just getting started. While everyone else was focused on hardware, Gates saw the real gold mine: software, and that's where Windows comes in. If MS-DOS was like learning to ride a bike with training wheels, Windows was like giving everyone a sleek, user-friendly bicycle that practically rode itself. Windows wasn't just about fancy graphics. It was about making computers accessible to everyone. Suddenly, you didn't need to be a tech wizard to use a computer. My grandma could point and click her way through a program just as easily as I could. Okay, maybe not just as easily, but you get the point. This was the real revolution. Gates didn't just create software. He created a way for everyone to use computers. It's like he'd built a bridge between the complex world of technology and the average person on the street. And let me tell you, that bridge was paved with gold. But here's the thing about success: it attracts competition like honey attracts bears. And Microsoft had its fair share of rivals. Remember Netscape? Or how about the epic battles with Apple? Gates didn't just sit back and watch. He was always one step ahead, anticipating trends before they even became trends. Take the internet, for example. The web was still in its infancy. Gates recognized its potential and launched Internet Explorer. Was it the best browser out there? Well, that's debatable. But it came pre-installed on every Windows computer, which was like winning the digital lottery. Or how about Microsoft Office? While other companies were focusing on single-purpose software, Gates bundled word processing, spreadsheets, and presentations into one package. It's like he created a Swiss Army knife for the digital age. Suddenly, Microsoft wasn't just an operating system company. It was the company for all your software needs. Now, let's talk about growth. Microsoft went from a tiny team in a garage to a corporate behemoth faster than you can say blue screen of death. By the 90s, Gates wasn't just a tech nerd anymore. He was a global business titan. We're talking about a company that went from $16,000 in revenue to billions. It's like watching a sapling grow into a redwood tree overnight. But with great power comes great scrutiny. As Microsoft dominated the market, critics started crying monopoly. It's faster than you can click start. Gates found himself in the middle of fierce legal battles. The US government was breathing down his neck, accusing Microsoft of anti-competitive practices. Did this slow Gates down? Not a chance. He fought back with the same tenacity he used to build his empire. It's like watching a chess grandmaster play against multiple opponents at once. Gates made it clear no one could beat his business acumen. But it did raise an important question. What happens when a company becomes too powerful? Gates knew that staying on top meant constantly innovating. Microsoft couldn't just be the best software company. It had to be more. So, they ventured into new territories. Remember when Microsoft launched the Xbox? It was like a software company suddenly decided to build race cars? And you know what? They succeeded. Or how about cloud computing with Azure? Gates saw the future was in the cloud long before most of us even understood what that meant. It's like he was building skyscrapers, while everyone else was still figuring out how to make two-story buildings. But perhaps the most surprising turn in Gates' journey was his shift towards philanthropy. As Microsoft became a powerhouse, Gates decided he wanted more than just to rule the tech world. He wanted to change the world. Through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, he started investing billions into fighting poverty, disease, and improving global education. It's like he went from being the world's richest tech geek to its most generous global citizen. Gates applied the same innovative thinking he used in software to tackle some of the world's biggest problems. Who would have thought that the guy who gave us Windows would also be working to eradicate malaria? So what's the legacy of Bill Gates and Microsoft? It's more than just about Windows or Office or Xbox. It's about visionary thinking. It's about seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. It's about turning a garage startup into a global empire that changed how we work, play, and interact with technology. Today, Microsoft continues to evolve, adapting to new challenges and opportunities. But it all started with a kid in a garage who had a crazy idea, a computer on every desk and in every home. And you know what? He made it happen. That's it for this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think about Bill Gates and Microsoft's journey. Have you ever used a Microsoft product? Maybe you have a startup idea that could be the next big thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more stories about the tech titans who shaped our digital world. A big thank you to my patrons for making these videos possible. If you want to support the channel and help me keep uncovering these fascinating stories, check out my Patreon page. Till next time, keep innovating, and remember, every big idea starts small. Goodbye.